Your vessel has entered the area under the jurisdiction of the People's Republic of China. Please stop your ship. Leave this field.
In 2012, China's occupation of Scarborough Shoal marked a pivotal moment for the Philippines, triggering consequences that reverberated through its maritime domain. This event, characterized by the depletion of vital fish stocks, served as a stark reminder of the multifaceted challenges the island nation faces. Guarding over 7,600 islands in the sprawling archipelago of the Philippines means confronting a myriad of maritime threats, including illegal fishing, terrorism, piracy, smuggling, human trafficking, and environmental degradation. The root cause lies in fragmented maritime governance, where overlapping roles and mandates complicate law enforcement efforts. In addition to domestic challenges, the Philippines grapples with significant regional hurdles. Firstly, it contends with conflicting claims in the South China Sea and navigates delimitation settlements with Southeast Asian neighbors. Secondly, escalating tensions in the region have triggered responses from international entities like the Quad and the EU, underscoring the urgency of the situation. China's occupation of the West Philippine Sea directly impacts fisheries and food security, exemplified by the Scarborough Shoal occupation. This presents law enforcement challenges for the Philippines and has led to the creation of a web of law enforcement agencies with overlapping jurisdictions, from grassroots initiatives like the Bantay Dagat to the Philippine National Police Maritime Group and the Philippine Coast Guard, all constrained by limited resources. In this dynamic maritime landscape, the Philippines grapples not just with territorial disputes, but also with the intricate interplay of geopolitical tensions, resource constraints, and the imperative to safeguard vital interests on the high seas. The Philippines intricately defined its approach to maritime security in the National Marine Policy of 1994. Officially, maritime security involves safeguarding marine assets, maritime practices, territorial integrity, and coastal peace and order. Commitments encompassing protection, conservation, preservation, and enhancement. The National Security Policy underscores the nation's extensive maritime interests, expressing an intent to strengthen cooperative security and defense arrangements with other nations. This strategic vision, outlined in the 12-point National Security Agenda, particularly emphasizes ensuring the safety of life, protecting trade, and combating piracy, poaching, illegal intrusion, terrorism, and sea-based human and drug trafficking. The National Security Strategy further comprehensively defines national security as the safeguarding of sovereignty, territorial integrity, well-being, core values, and institutional foundations. It explicitly includes maritime and airspace security among its pivotal goals, outlining actionable steps like integrated management plans for air and maritime domains, nationwide 24/7 maritime domain awareness, harmonization of agency plans, comprehensive databases, and the promotion of maritime domain awareness. The Philippines' holistic approach to maritime security covers a spectrum of elements addressing different facets of its complex maritime landscape. From environmental protection and mariner safety to fisheries and resource management, the commitment is wide-ranging. Naval operations and deterrence safeguard territorial integrity, while counter-terrorism and law enforcement efforts contribute to coastal peace and order. The evolution in the Philippines' conceptualization of maritime security is discernible in the National Security Policy and National Security Strategy. While these documents acknowledge the nation's extensive maritime interests, the term itself is wielded in a somewhat constrained manner, primarily associated with the monitoring and control of maritime activities to thwart specific undesired threats. Despite the comprehensive recognition of maritime interests, the application of maritime security appears more focused in practice, notably within the 12-point action agenda, of the national security policy, maritime security assumes a prominent position. However, the subsequent emphasis narrows down to territorial defense and maritime law enforcement, signaling a practical application that is not as all-encompassing as the official definition might suggest. This compartmentalized treatment reflects a nuanced evolution in the Philippines' strategic thinking, highlighting a current emphasis on specific aspects of maritime security rather than a holistic approach as outlined in official definitions. The divergence between theory and practice underscores the complexity of adapting broad conceptual frameworks to the intricacies of real-world implementation. In advancing its maritime interests, the Philippines faces a multifaceted challenge that requires a comprehensive strategic approach. The administration's commitment to its South China Sea claims necessitates active promotion and support for the implementation of the Arbitral Award. The impending Maritime Zone Bill is a crucial step toward establishing clear jurisdictional boundaries, sovereign rights, and empowering the security sector to uphold national interests. While traditional defense concerns remain paramount, the Philippines must recognize the importance of non-traditional security issues and embrace a blue economy approach. Despite abundant maritime resources, the country's blue economy accounted for a mere 3.6% of the GDP in 2021. Adopting this approach enables sustainable resource management, risk mitigation, and leveraging marine resources for inclusive growth, contributing significantly to national security. To ensure effective governance, a whole-of-government strategy is imperative. Aligning the roles and mandates of relevant maritime agencies and promoting seamless inter-agency cooperation are essential. The recently launched Maritime Industry Development Plan 2028 emphasizes a holistic approach, urging cooperation across concerned agencies to enhance growth in the maritime sector. Seeking assistance from partner states is crucial for maritime priorities. The visit of Vice President Kamala Harris and initiatives from the Quad and the European Union demonstrate external interest in supporting maritime efforts in Southeast Asia. Leveraging these partnerships can enhance the Philippines' maritime capacity and capability. The fisheries issue underscores the need for a strategic policy framework on maritime security. The absence of such a framework leads to reliance on maritime law enforcement agencies, resulting in operational challenges due to overlapping mandates. The proposed Maritime Zones Act aims to address this and leverage the 2016 arbitral ruling. Beyond geopolitics and fisheries, maritime security is an environmental concern. Illegal fishing poses a threat to marine ecosystems, fisheries, sustainability, and food security. Recognizing these interconnections is crucial for effective resource management and environmental conservation. A holistic perspective on maritime security, considering geopolitics, fisheries, and environmental dimensions, is vital for policy recommendations. This approach can foster collaborative efforts within the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN, especially amid the impasse on a code of conduct for the South China Sea. In navigating great power politics, such recommendations can guide small powers like the Philippines toward a resilient and sustainable maritime future. The strategic positioning of the Philippines Marine Corps in the Indo-Pacific reflects a forward-thinking approach to countering potential adversaries, particularly in the face of a technologically adept Chinese military. The deployment of a marine rotational force not only emphasizes collaboration with allies and partners in Southeast Asia, but also underscores their readiness for crisis or contingency response within the region. The historical evolution of the Philippine Marine Corps, initiated in 1950 under the leadership of LTSG Manuel Gomez, traces a remarkable journey. Originally established as a company of the Philippine Fleet's 1st Marine Battalion, the Corps underwent transformative training with support from the United States Army and Marine Corps. This early effort laid the foundation for the Marine Company's inaugural amphibious landing in Umiray, Quezon, in 1951, marking the beginning of their active involvement in battles against communist rebels and subsequent overseas deployments, including Korea. Over the years, the Corps underwent expansion and diversification, evolving into the Philippine Marines in 1976. Beyond traditional military roles, their capabilities extended to VIP protection, culminating in the formation of their Drum and Bugle Corps. Engagements in securing the Spratly Islands in 1971 and addressing internal conflicts showcased the adaptability and resilience of the force. The 1980s marked a period of expansion and active involvement in battles against both communist and armed Islamist rebels, including significant participation in the People Power Revolution of 1986. Notably, Rodolfo Biazon became the first Marine Corps general to head the armed forces, contributing to the Corps' legacy. The 1990s saw the formal establishment of the Philippine Marine Corps, later reorganized into 3 maneuver brigades, a combat service and support brigade, a headquarters for 7th Marine Brigade, and independent units like the Force Recon Battalion and the Marine Security and Escort Group. This structural evolution equipped the Corps to face diverse challenges, from counterinsurgency operations against communists and Islamic militants to addressing terrorist threats in the early 2000s. In the contemporary context, the strategic deployment and organizational structure of the Philippine Marine Corps reflect a dynamic response to geopolitical challenges. This multifaceted approach, rooted in historical experience, underscores the Corps' pivotal role in national security and its commitment to regional stability within the Indo-Pacific. The Philippine Marine Corps comprises 12 regular Marine battalions. Each battalion, organized into 3 rifle companies and a headquarters and service company, operates within 3 maneuver brigades, with 1 battalion undergoing refit and retraining before redeployment to operational areas in southern Philippines. These battalions, integral to the Marine Corps' capabilities, form the core of Marine Battalion landing teams, when augmented with elements from other units. The 7th Marine Brigade, established in 1996, serves as the main active reserve force. Comprising 3 operational Marine battalions, this brigade integrates men and women from diverse backgrounds and experiences, receiving the same training as regular Corps units to ensure interoperability. Specialized units within the Philippine Marine Corps include the Field Artillery Battalion, equipped with howitzers, the Assault Armor Battalion providing armored assets to maneuver brigades, the Force Recon Battalion specializing in sea, air, and land operations, and the Marine Security and Escort Group responsible for facility security and VIP protection. The Marine Drum and Bugle Team, stationed in Makati City, plays a crucial role in ceremonial and morale activities. Additionally, the Marine Scout Snipers, dedicated exclusively to sniping and marksmanship, are renowned for their precision at 800 meters using 5.5mm rounds. Cooperation with the U.S. Marine Forces is a strategic imperative. The Mutual Defense Treaty and an Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, signed in 2014, underscore the commitment to training and interoperability. The shared obligation to be prepared for any eventuality, combined with the identification of military bases for pre-positioning supplies, enhances the strategic alliance and readiness of both nations. The Philippine Marine Corps, through its diverse and specialized units, stands as a crucial force in the nation's defense strategy. Collaborative efforts with the U.S. Marine Forces further solidify the readiness and interoperability of both nations in the Indo-Pacific region. In navigating the complex maritime landscape, the Philippines must balance territorial disputes, geopolitical tensions, and the imperative to safeguard vital interests on the high seas. The evolution in maritime security thinking reflects a nuanced adaptation to practical challenges. As the Philippines advances its maritime interests, a holistic and forward-looking approach, coupled with international collaboration, will ensure a resilient and sustainable maritime future in the Indo-Pacific.